Here we are. Okay. Should we get this over here? This up here. Tap chat, live chat. Ah, we're locked and loaded, baby. Let's get it. Okay, now flip, go live. There we go. I want your views on Atom. Yeah, we can look at Atom. Is that Cosmos or Cosmosis or whatever it's called? Is that the ticker symbol? ATOM? Is that what it is? All right, let me get this out of the way here. Yeah, we can definitely look at Atom for sure. We'll start with Bitcoin, then we can look at Atom. I'm down with that. Fine with that. What's up, Donnie? What's going on? Inzunza, what's going on? Ahmed, what's up, man? How are you? How are you doing? You know, another day, another dollar. Another day, another dollar. Doing good. What's going? What is that, a car? Is that a truck right there? Yo, Marcus, what's going on? Roro, how's it going? You know, doing good, man. Doing good. How are you? Abdullah, what's going on, man? The chat is popping here on Wednesday. Oh, I was gonna do. What are y'all's thoughts on this? Because I'm thinking about doing this. I was gonna do Wine Wednesdays. That was gonna be something I was gonna implement into the sort of daily or weekly regimen. I was gonna do Wine Wednesdays, and we all pick a wine, and we have some Wine Wednesdays. I was gonna do that, but I forgot to open a bottle to get that. So maybe I'll do that midstream. Maybe I'll get a bottle midstream. But I'm thinking Wine Wednesdays. I'm a big fan of wine, so I like to look at wine. But let's go into Discord soon. Yeah, I got to get that set up. I think I could probably do that tomorrow. I can definitely get that Discord set up. I got to think about how I want to set it up, but yeah, 100%. I can do that for sure. John Smith, good evening. What's going on, John? How are you? How are you? Discord would be awesome. Yeah, I got to set that up. That's something that I definitely have to do. For sure. We did get a request over from YouTube to check out Atom, but I want to go to... Let's do Bitcoin first, because I know everyone's probably going to want to see the Bitcoin chart first, and then we can definitely go to Atom for sure. Let me get this all into frame here. I don't know why it keeps changing the colors on me. Hold on. Let me change this to white, because it's easier to see when it's like that, but... Yeah, really nothing going on. Soon. Hold on. Check it out soon. SOUN. We can look at that. We can look at that. And HBAR, please don't know if you have a video already. Oh, yeah, we can look at HBAR. I think we were supposed to look at HBAR yesterday, but I tend to get distracted fairly easily, so I apologize for that. Yeah, we can look at HBAR. Let's do Atom. I mean, really nothing's really changed for me as far as Bitcoin goes. We're just kind of waiting for this price action to develop, and then, you know, do we get the reaction here down and then, you know, start the drop? We'll see. If price continues to pump up towards 74, then obviously this would be an invalidated wave one. So we'll let this thing chop around for a little bit, but in the meantime, let's go to, was it Atom? ATOM? Are you referring to Atom as the stock or Atom as the crypto? That would be a key thing to note on here. I want to view on Atom coin. I'm assuming crypto, but I'll wait. I'll pause there for a second just because I know YouTube's a little delayed. Let me know what Atom coin is. Is it Atom USD? Atom crypto. Okay, yeah, we can look at that. Hey Nick, can you look at silver? Yeah, we can look at silver. Yeah, 100%. Let's go to Atom first, and then we can look at Cosmosis. Okay, yeah, I'm familiar with this, or at least I've heard of it before. So let's see what we're working with here. So on Cosmosis right now, these are monthly candles. Let's evaluate and see what we got. So, I mean, initially off the rip, I'm definitely thinking, oh, nope, never mind. I was going to say this is a 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, but this wave 4 invalidated this wave 1, meaning this was the wave 1, 2, 3, and then 4 retraced lower than the starting point of wave 1. So that means it's invalidated, and this is not an impulsive 5-wave move, meaning this whole structure is thus invalidated, which means obviously this is all corrective ABC movements down. It looks like we have an A wave, an A, B, C, B wave, and then an A, B, C, A wave, then a B wave, then another move down. I mean, for me right now, until we get impulses off these lows for Cosmosis, until we get an impulsive wave like that, it honestly looks to still be in corrective structure. If this wave 4 wouldn't have invalidated this wave 1, then this would have been a wave 1, and this would be the 2. But since it invalidated that, this can't be a wave 1, meaning we're just in choppy corrective zone. So unfortunately for Cosmosis, I don't know much about it on a fundamental standpoint. I imagine it might be, there might be some fundamentals behind it. What's the market cap on this thing? I can't really tell from here, but yeah, until further notice, we're just waiting for impulses off these lows. Let's see, no problem. Gold, please. Yeah, we can look at gold. Travis said, I'm deciding on putting more into either HBAR or JASME. We're going to take a look at HBAR for sure. If you want to look at JASME, we can do that as well. I'm in a Bitcoin short, but I don't know what to do. I mean, for me, Bitcoin's still chopping around. I do have our downside target of 60 to 50K. No changes there. So my target for Bitcoin still remains 60 to 50K. Osmosis. I think maybe Cosmos. I'm calling it Osmosis, like that movie Osmosis Jones from back in the day. But for Cosmosis, from a fundamental standpoint, it sounds like there's some people that know about it more on a fundamental standpoint than I do, but we're just waiting for some impulses off the low. What do you think about the 4-year cycle for Bitcoin? All bear markets seem to last 365 days, which would technically put the low for this bear market in October before going back up again. For me, the 4-year cycle is just a narrative. To be honest, the only thing I go off of is Elliott Wave Theory, and for me, what the chart is, unless this happened, I'll indulge. So on the monthly time frame, we currently have, and let me move this out of the way. We currently have this structure for Bitcoin, right? We have a massive wave 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And what comes after that is a correction. So you get a 5-wave move up, then you get a correction. The only thing that I could see, which I don't know if there's enough time to happen, but we've seen it before, and I'll show you an example of it on a smaller time frame. But for this impulsive wave 5 move up, we have an ABC already. I'm still waiting for the final dump down to complete the structure. But what we could get after this is another ABC structure, which would mean this would be a massive A wave, this would be the B wave, and then we'd have another C wave down. I don't think there's enough time for that to develop. The reason behind it, my timing wise, is this whole structure has lasted for over a year, which would mean if you're expecting another corrective movement to be a bottom, then there just wouldn't be enough time to have that happen before October. You would have to have a quick ABC and then another ABC down in the span of, 8 months until October, or 7 months, whatever the time frame is. This whole ABC structure has taken over a year. So for me, what's next is a 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 move up to 200K. That's why I say that the 4-year cycle is just a narrative. I think people latched onto it because Bitcoin kept repeating the same thing over and over again. And I think that's why this whole structure is catching people off guard, because they're waiting for the 4-year cycle. They're waiting for a bottom in October. If 95% of people, which I do see because everyone in my TikTok comments and on the TikTok lives will suggest, well, I'm hearing that Bitcoin bottom in October, that's where the bottom's going to be. If 95% of people are thinking that, I think the reverse is going to happen and we're going to get an impulse to the upside based on the Elliott Wave structure and what this looks like, that is what's next for Bitcoin, is a massive move to the upside, which I think would be total destruction for a lot of people that are thinking bear market and thinking we're going to go to 30K by October. You know, they're thinking one more bounce up and then decline to 30K, which I disagree. I think we're going to get a 5-wave move up to the upside, and my next target's 200K. So I understand the narrative. I've heard it before. I just don't think it's, for me, it's not a high confidence thing to go off of. I'm going off of my Elliott Wave chart structure, and for me, the next move is a 5-wave impulse to the upside. So with that being said, we can go to H-bar, because I know that was the next one. Then we can go to soon. We'll do H-bar, then soon. Gold, and then gold. We'll do H-bar soon, then gold. Can you check PZZA? I'm not familiar with that, but we can look at it. Soon, please. Is soon Soundhound AI? Okay. Can you look at hype? Yeah, we can do hype. October bottom is not the take. Yeah, I mean, for me, that's, I just don't, based on this chart structure and how Elliott Wave Theory works, is you get a 5-wave move and then you get an ABC corrective, which is what we're in, and then after that you get a 5-wave move to the upside. So I think I just push back on that because of what the chart is suggesting. Let's go to H bar. Let's see what I think everything's saved for H bar. Yeah, so everything looks to be saved for H bar. Let me try to get everything in the chart here. So my next target on H bar is 65 cents. That's my next target on H bar based on this wave 1 here, wave 2, and then so far we've had an initial wave 1, 2, and then we are expecting a third wave up. So this is a massive wave 1, a wave 2, and then so far we've had the 1 of the wave 3, we're in the 2 of the wave 3, and then we're waiting for the 3, 4, 5 of the larger wave 3 of these like blue. So it'll be 1, 2, 3, and then 4, 5. But this looks to be an extended third wave, meaning we have a massive wave 1 up, a 2, and then we have a 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 to complete this 3. And my next target on H bar is 65 cents. I bought in somewhere around here, somewhere in this range down here. So I'm just waiting for price to move to the upside. No changes with this so far. If price retraces lower than this wave 2, then this wave 1 would be invalidated. But until proven otherwise, we have a wave 1 with an ABC pullback, and then we should get a 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 for the 3, an ABC pullback for the 4, and then a 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 move up for the 3. But my next target's 65 cents. Dun, dun. Let me see. Doge, what's your probability that we follow your 5-wave move down? Are you talking about for Bitcoin, Donnie? Is that what you're for? I mean, it's hard to put a probability on it, you know, from like that standpoint. It's really hard to put a probability on when exactly or how much percentage this move is going to be. But based on the structure, that's what's next. I don't really see anything otherwise unless 87,000 is taken out. If we take out 87,100, then yeah, 100% that move is invalidated, and that would change a lot of things. That would mean we'd have to reevaluate the chart and really analyze the structure from a different angle. But until 87,000 is taken out, we are still expecting downside. And I'll show you real quickly what I mean. So let me flip the camera here. So the reason that I'm thinking that is based on what the chart and the structure of this chart is suggesting. And if I can get everything for the B wave, I'll show you the whole move. So this here's the wave 5, right? So we have this, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 wave movement up. And then after that comes an ABC corrective structure. And we have an ABC move for an A. Then we have this ABC, ABC, ABC move for the B. So all that means is this is a complex B. We have a W, X, and then Y. Kind of similar to this wave 4 right here, but we have a W, X, Y, B, and then what comes after that for an expanding flat structure is, I'll show it to you. Where's my book? Give me 2 seconds. I'll show you what comes next. So This is what Bitcoin's looking like right now. You can see it on the chart, if I can put it like that. So you get an expanding flat correction, which you have an ABC movement down for the A, and then you have an ABC movement up for the B, and then you have a 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 movement down for the C. And so far in this C, this is what we have. So I'll dive into each wave. So this is the wave 1, right? So of this wave, we have a 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and then an ABC2. So boom, we have a wave 1, a wave 2. Then what comes next is the wave 3. And then of the wave 3, we have a 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 movement down for the wave 3. Okay, now we have this complex, basically complex WXY structure here. You have an ABC, then you have an ABC, then you have an A, B, C, B, and then C of a 4. All that means is just a complex 4. So you have a wave 1, 2, 3, 4. And then of the wave 4, after the wave 4, then you have a wave 1, 2, 3, a wave 4, and then you get one more dip 5. And of the dip 5, you're going to have a 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 to the downside. That for me is just structurally what it looks like. And diving into this wave 1 on the smaller time frame, there's 5 wave move down. Here, there's also a 5 wave move down if you dive it on the smaller time frame. And then this, to me, this whole structure is not impulsive. And what comes next after a correction, meaning after an AB, oh wait, hold on. So you get a 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 movement up, then an ABC. And then after the ABC, what comes next? Well, you get another 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 movement, and that can be to the upside or downside. And right now, this is all corrective. I mean, look at it. It's all choppy 3-wave movements. You have an A wave, a B wave, a C wave, then you have an ABC, then you have an ABC. And now what's developing now could be the 1, 2, and then we get a 3, 4, 5. Or this could be an ABC followed by an ABC, followed by an ABC, followed by an ABC, followed by another ABC, and then we get the drop. So it really just depends. If 74K, if this price retraces over 74K, then for me, this is just an A wave, B wave, and a C wave, and then we should expect another ABC to the upside, and then a 1 through 5 wave movement to the downside to complete the move. So with all that being said, I don't know if that confused anyone. But with all that being said, this whole structure is just corrective. There's no impulses. If this was truly a bottom, right? If this was a bottom, this is what you would see. You would see a 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 wave movement off of these lows, which would confirm the bottom, but we didn't get that. We got an ABC followed by another ABC followed by another ABC. So for me, this is just a complex 4, and then we get a dump 5. And that's my high confidence trade, is sort of how I'm playing it next. And I'm in Bitcoin. Like, I'm not nervous right now. I think if I didn't have my Bitcoin holdings, yeah, I mean, it changes things a little bit, because you obviously get that fear and greed, which you got to manage. You know, if you don't time it right, then you're like, oh, well, I didn't. So remove all of that. Just have a plan, have a strategy, dollar cost average, and you'll be completely fine. My next plan is wait for the drop 3 and then the 4 and the 5, and on these waves 3 and 5, I'm going to just be adding to my spot position. So I'm just waiting for a drop. Oh, wait, all these comments. Hold on, I'm scrolling back up. Bitcoin bottom near 50K. My zone is 60 to 50K right in here. This 60 to 50K zone is where I'm targeting for Bitcoin. Can you do Tau? Yeah, we can look at Tau. I think we already did Tau, but I have the chart saved. So yeah, we can look at Tau. XRP we can do too. That's totally. What was the next one? Oh, H bar. I gotta go to H bar. That's right. I gotta go to H bar. My fault. H bar. Or wait, no. Didn't we just? Weren't we just on H bar? Or am I forgetting where we were? Yeah, we did H bar. What am I talking about? We did H bar. H bar 65 cents. What was after H bar? I think it was Tau came in next after H bar. Or no, soon. It was soon. Soundhound AI. That was it, right? I think we looked at this on stream, actually. I want to say we looked on this. I think we looked at this on stream at some point. I'm trying to remember where. Let me go to the weekly. I'm trying to remember where these targets are coming from. I thought this was from the stream, but I'm trying to remember. Sound, I don't remember any of these targets on here. Maybe we did this on stream. Let me clear everything and start from 0. So Soundhound, let's see. We have well, technically no. Hold on here. Let me go to the daily. So yeah, I mean, with Soundhound right now, I mean, this, you can't say this is a 1 with a 2 and a 3 because then price pulls back. So you can't technically factor this in anything. This could be a 1, 2, but then you have this being a 3 and then price pulls back in, negating that. So you can't consider that. You could start it from here because all of this is just choppy corrective, and then you finally get the impulse. Oh yeah, that's right. That's where we started the impulse. You get the impulse right here. So on the weekly, or no, daily, I need to go daily because you get the price action on the daily. So on the daily on Soundhound, this is kind of what you get. You have this being the initial wave up. Hold on, let me get the magnet off because it distorts it. You get this wave 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and then we have this massive A, B, C. I'll move it into frame in a second. So you have this 5-wave movement right here. And that to me does look like the start of a major impulse. So you have, yeah, you have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and then you have an A wave, a B wave, and a C wave. Now, what is the next target on Soundhound is what we're going to look at now. So let me go to the weekly so you can see everything. So let me put that there. Yeah, so for Soundhound, we have this being the initial wave 1, followed by this ABC2, and then the next target is the wave 3. The way that we target the wave 3, according to Elliott Wave rules, is you take the trend-based fib extension, you take it from the bottom of wave 1 to the top of wave 1, and then you drag this down to the bottom of wave 2. So the next target on Soundhound's right around 39, 40 bucks. So that would be my next target on Soundhound, is 39, 40 bucks from current levels. What's up, Kush? What's going on? Can you do the total 3, please, and see where you think the bottom support might be if Bitcoin goes to 60 to 50K? Yeah, we can do total 3. We can add that in there. I think total 3, isn't total 3 the one with excluding Bitcoin and Ethereum? I think that's that one. We can do that. Can you do SPX? I think we did SPY yesterday on a long time frame. But I don't know if we've done SPX yet. But yeah, we can do SPX. Justin, what's going on, man? Injective? Yeah, we got the injective chart saved. We can go that. We bearing all summer with some pina coladas. What's up, Gons? Someone asked for hyper liquid. Yeah, we could do hype. It was me for soon. We did that last week. That was right. Yeah, see you forever. CUE forever. Yeah, that was it. Yeah. I think we did injective. I want to say we did injective. I know injective is saved, so I can just show this one real quick, and then we'll go to hyperliquid. Because there should be, yeah, so for injective, my next target's 71. I personally own injective, and this is a wave 1 for me, a wave 2, and then the wave 3 should target 71, based on the trend fib extension to about $71. Thanks a lot for doing soon. Yeah, absolutely. Absolutely. I love Pyth as well. I'm not being I'm not being greedy. You crack me up, Justin. You crack me up. That's hilarious. VChain I can show quickly too because we have it. But yeah, my next target for injective is $71. This was the wave 1 followed by the wave 2, and then we'll get a wave 3 to about $71. Let's go to hype. Was it hype? Is that what it is? Hype USD? Am I typing that? Hyperliquid? Which one has the best chart? That's the question. Which one has the best chart on Hyperliquid? Let's see. Let's do Coinbase first. All right. Well, that's just a straight line. That doesn't give us much. Maybe USDT. See if that one. Spot Binance. No. Mexi. I mean, a little bit better. Bybit. I'm just looking for the one with the most price action. Maybe KuCoin? I mean, that one seems to have the most price action, but maybe BitGet. Yeah, see, all these things look... For me, hype is too new, so I really wouldn't... Again, Elliott Wave Theory is not necessarily geared for like brand new token launches. That's just not how the strategy works. It's more for higher market cap, less volatile type tokens. I mean, from hype, for me, I would be doing you a disservice if I gave you any targets on hype. I don't know too much about the project's fundamentals, but from what I'm seeing on the weekly chart, there's really not much. Like, there's no clear 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 movements up. It just looks like token launch, chop up, decline, and then we're kind of here. I mean, the only thing that we have right now is we're maybe starting an impulse wave here, where you have a wave 1 with a wave 2, and then we're starting the 3. But it would be so hard to tell because this token's brand new. I mean, it launched in April 2025. It's not even a year old yet. So it's kind of hard to do these newer tokens because there's not enough price action. Binance is typically the best chart. I mean, the Binance one even looks different, right? You just got this big decline. I personally wouldn't invest in hype. You can kind of do what you want. Obviously, this is not, I'm not telling you what you should or should not do. But for me personally, I like to see charts. I like to look at the fundamentals of the project first. And then I also like to see the technicals. And if I don't see a clear 1 through 5 movement up with an ABC, I really have a hard time pulling the trigger and investing in something because I have no idea where this thing's going to go. For me, I mean, potentially a 1, 2 right here. I mean, if we go to the daily, let's see. I mean, it potentially could be the start. I mean, you have this sort of mini wave 1, wave 2, wave 3, wave 4, wave 5 with this pullback. And then now you're starting a 1, 2 with a 3. So, I mean, technically you are in a wave 3 on the smaller time frame. We have a, initial wave 1 with a 2, and then we're in the 3. On the smaller time frame, we can, kind of use that and gauge where this thing can go next. So, nope, not from there. I put it wrong. Hold on. So from here to the top to the bottom. I mean, the next target on hype, but again, it'd be more speculative than... I wouldn't put too much confidence on it just because it's brand new. But the next target on hype would be $55, right at the 1.618. This would be the wave 1, wave 2, and then the wave 3 target's 55. Then you get an ABC pullback and then one more leg up. So that's not a bad... I mean, the risk to reward, again, I mean, 36 to 55, I just feel like there's better options on the table with longer price history. VeChain, yeah, we can do VeChain. Hey, Nick, have you looked at Bitcoin? Just joined. What's... is that... Tolai? Yeah, we can do Bitcoin. We can... Hey, Nick, hope you're good. Can we do helium? Yeah, we can look at helium, Bashar. Absolutely. So yeah, for hype, I would say $55 is my next target. But I mean, the risk to reward right now, right? 36 to 55. If you were looking to buy hype right now, I would say there's probably better options on the table. But, say you did buy in at 21 and you're holding for, a 2-3x, not a bad trade. I'll go to VeChain real quick because I know that there was a lot of work. So again, this is VeChain Sir detailed analysis. We have again, VeChain is something I am personally buying. This is, again, not financial advice. I can't stress that enough. But VeChain is something I will personally be buying. We have a nice 5-wave move up for the wave 1, followed by this big ABC correction. My next target on VeChain is 43 cents. Now, again, I don't put more than 1 to 2% of my overall portfolio in smaller market cap coins. So for VeChain, as an example, I am looking to add it here. On this next Bitcoin drop, when this thing drops a little bit more, I will take a position in VeChain, but it's not going to be more than 1 to 2% of my portfolio. 50% of my portfolio is Bitcoin, about 30% Ethereum. Included in that 30% is Ethereum, XRP, are my 30% of my overall portfolio, and then I have some things scattered, like 1-2% of my portfolio in some smaller cap tokens, and that would be VeChain for me. I'm only going to put a 1% of, if I had $1,000 bucks, I'd only put $100 in here, 1% of your overall portfolio. No, 10,000 bucks, $100, right? If that math is mathing. Yeah. What's going on, Sparsh? Again, how many times are we gonna look at Hood? No, we can look at Hood. How many times are we gonna look at Hood? You crack me up. Can you check the stock PZZ? Yeah, we can do that for sure. Hymns. I like hymns. I do like hymns. I'm personally taking a position in, my positions are MSTR, VeChain. Another one I'm taking a position in is EOS. This is another one I'm taking a position in because of the chart structure. I really like this chart structure from a risk to reward standpoint. And we had a nice 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 move up, followed by this big ABC corrective down. My next target on EOS is $2 based on this structure. A wave 1, a wave 2, and then wave 3 targets the 1.618 at $2. That's why I'm taking a position in EOS. We have a 1 through 5 move up with an ABC down. Then we should get another 1 through 5 move up, targeting the 1.618 at $2. That, for me, again, 1 to 2% of my overall portfolio will be going into EOS. VeChain, I'm going to be buying a bit of Bitcoin as well, and then MSTR. So my next position I'm looking to take is MSTR as well. The reason behind it is we have a really clean 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 wave up with an ABC corrective. My bottom zone for MSTR is between $80 to $100, and that's when I'm looking to take a position targeting 900. So a nice 10x trade I'm looking to do for MSTR. That's personally why I'm taking positions in these things, because of the risk to reward. Again, you got to look at, when you're investing in stuff, don't buy into all the, and if you're newer to investing or newer to crypto or newer to stocks, whatever it might be, don't fall for all the hype. And again, when I say hype, don't buy something without doing your own analysis on it. I mean, you can take my analysis for what it is, but go back and do your own. If you have a strategy that you use that strategy, compare it against mine or compare it against the chart and say, okay, what do I want to do? Is now a good position to buy? Is now a good position to sell? There's so many people that try to hype you into projects of, this is a 500x coin, you need to buy now. This is a 100x coin, like, all these partnerships, this and that. Like, it's all just FOMO. It's all just trying to get you to buy, specific tokens. Have a strategy, stick to the strategy. You'll do 100% fine. Control your emotions. It's very hard to do so. I get it. I'm human as well. It's hard to control your emotions. But when you're investing in stuff, take it seriously. It's not gambling, right? You're taking a serious investment. You're using capital that you worked for, and you're putting it into an asset. You want to be smart about where you put that, right? You don't want to just throw some money at something and hope it's going to go your way. If you're going to do that, you might as well just go to the blackjack table or the craps table or roulette and just throw it all down and say, okay, what are we going to do? With investing, take it seriously. Like, take it very seriously. And you can have fun with it, obviously, but just take it seriously. For whatever reason, for whatever it's worth being what it is, the SHIB actually has a sweet chart. SHIB is interesting. I don't really invest in meme coins. It's just my strategy and my personality, but SHIB does have a pretty unique thing on it too. Can you check out PZZ? Yeah, we can do that. Let me flip my screen here. We'll check that out, and then yes, Sparsh, we'll go to Hood. We can do that. What was it? PZZA? Is it Papa John's? Okay. I haven't had Papa John's in a minute. All right, let's go, because Papa John's has a lot of price history. Let's look at it on the 3-month. And let's see what we got here. So Papa John's, I mean, the chart from what I'm looking at looks pretty decent. Now, we just got to identify where... Hold on, let me get this all set up here, because we're going to use this. I want to see if this is a B wave. No, so that's not a B wave. So 1, 2, interesting on Papa John's. Okay, so we have, let's go, I want to go down to the monthly and analyze each one of these waves. So this 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 A wave. Let me see if that fulfills that. Kind of, I mean, this is definitely more A, B, C, B, B. Okay. So we definitely have a 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Let me just make sure this doesn't invalidate, so it doesn't. Okay, so we have a 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 move up for a wave 1. So we have a wave 1 here, and then we have this ABC corrective 2. And then we have, let's see, what's next? Or actually, this kind of starts here. So we have a 1, 2. There should be a 3 somewhere in here, but I'm not seeing a 3. And this can't be... Okay, so that dropped lower. So this is a wave 1 with a wave 2. Now we got to figure out what's next. This can't be a 3 with a 4 because it dropped here. This could be a 1 with a 2, and then you have a 1, 2, 3, ABC 4 with a 5. I mean, that could make sense. Because this can't be a 4, and that's a major drop. So you almost have a wave 1, a wave 2, a wave 1, 2, and then 3, 4, 5 of a 3. And then we're currently in the 5, or the 4. And then you get one more leg up. Yeah, that would make sense. Let's go back to the 3-month. I just want to see what that looks like on the 3-month. I mean, yeah, that kind of look... Okay, so from a for Papa John's, I like the chart symbol. PZZI. We have a wave 1 here, a wave 2, and then we actually have an extended third wave. We have a 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 3, and then we're currently in the 4, and then we should get one more leg up for the 5. Yeah, that makes sense. Because that all fulfills the rules. You have a 1, 2, and then you have a 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 3. Then you have a 4, and then we expect one more leg up for the 5. Let's go to the monthly, and I just want to see what this structure looks like. I'll label it all out in the chart in a second. I just want to see what this for... hold on. I mean, this is definitely a choppy ass structure down. It looks like you have an A, B, C, A wave. Then you have like this B wave, and then you have a B, C, A wave, B wave, and then you have an A wave, B wave. This is just a complex 4. Let me see what the fibs suggest. Hold on. Where's our wave 3? 1, 2. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Wave 3. Okay, so the start of wave 3 is down here. I mean, we've already retraced to the 0.786 on Papa John's. Hold on, let me see if I can move this in. There we go. Yeah, so we've already had, I'll label it right here so you can see it. So we have this being the wave 1. This is the wave 2. And then we have an extended third wave, which is a massive 3 wave. Then we have this wave 4, and then we're expecting one more wave up for the wave 5. We have already retraced to the 0.786, so that's a deep value discount for Papa John's. Now, let's look at what the next target is for Papa John's. The next target is around 210. Let me switch this to the left side. Hold on. Yeah, the next target for me would be 210 at the 1.618. So right here, we have this is the full structure. And again, these are huge monthly time frames. This is a 3-month. We have a 1, 2, and then you have a 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 3, and then you have a 4, and then we have a one more leg up for the wave 5. Next target on Papa John's is right at 210. Hood is 100% of my portfolio, man. Yeah, we can do. I mean, Hood from the chart perspective looks really good. We'll take a look at it. What would be your next target for BMNR? Thinking about buying it when I buy MSTR. Yeah, we can look at BMNR too. It's a newer impulse, so it's kind of hard to. We can look at it for sure. Did I miss VeChain? My next target on VeChain is right at 43 cents. And then, yeah, we can do Bitcoin. I haven't heard Moonwell in so long. We can look at Moonwell. My wife actually came home from California one time, and some Uber driver was recommending Moonwell. And she couldn't remember the name of it, and then the thing ended up pumping like 500%, which was insane. What broker do you use? I personally use, what is it? TD, well, no, it's Charles Schwab now. Yeah, Charles Schwab now. It's the TD Ameritrade Thinkorswim. I want to say Charles Schwab bought that. Yeah, Charles Schwab bought TD Ameritrade. So I use, I guess technically Schwab is what I use for stocks. And then I have a cold wallet for all my crypto, so I buy it on an exchange and then I send it to myself to my cold wallet is how I do it. But I use Coinbase. Kraken's pretty decent too. I know they got some big partnerships, but I use Coinbase just because it's easy. Biggest not what else doing. Well, that's another thing too. Like in the investing in best price to buy VeChain, I'm personally buying VeChain on the next Bitcoin dip. So when Bitcoin dips to like the 60, 50K region, we'll see altcoins also dip. That's just how it generally works, right? You get Bitcoin dipping a little bit, then altcoins dip. So when Bitcoin dips to that 60 to 50K level, I'm going to be dollar cost averaging into VeChain, EOS. I'll also be buying Bitcoin at those levels as well, and then I'll be looking to buy MSTR as well. But yeah, having a plan, having a strategy is the key to investing. If you don't have that, then you're kind of just out in the water. You don't really know what to do next, and that for me took a lot of learning lessons. That's why I love Elliott Wave Theory. I've tried out a shit ton of strategies. I've tried out many different things that you see all over YouTube. For me, none of it worked. Elliott Wave Theory is by far the most consistent, but also the easiest for me. It just makes sense in my brain and it works. I mean, it's been around since like the early 1900s, so it stood the test of time, and that's why I like it. Let's go to Hood because Sparsh. I know we'll look at it. We'll do a quick peek. We'll do a quick peek of Hood because Hood is another decent. If you're looking to get into Hood, I definitely think that Hood is close to a level that I would feel comfortable pulling the trigger on Hood on. So we did this analysis yesterday on stream, so everything's just kind of saved. I'll walk you through it. Hood is another clean. It's a good buy as well. Yeah, Hood looks really good. The structure of it looks really good. But we did this yesterday on stream, and we have a really clean 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Like it's a picture perfect example of a 5-wave movement. You have these 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and we're currently in the wave 2. My next target on Hood is $303 because this is the wave 1. We got the pullback 2, and then the wave 3 should start next. $300 is my next target. Obviously, from a fundamental analysis standpoint, Hood has got some good things going for them. But on the weekly time frame, or was it the weekly? No, daily time frame. Or actually, wait. Remember this zone right here, $63 at the 0.618. This right here. Wave 2 typically retraces to the 0.618, which is $63. It falls really anywhere between the 0.5 and 0.618 for the wave 2. That's the typical zone that price likes to go back to. After a 5-wave movement for the wave 2, it goes back into this zone, which is kind of where we're sitting right now, between $80 to $63. But I do have one more leg lower on Hood to about $63, and I'll show you why. So on the daily time frame, this is what the chart structure looks like. For me, this is an A wave down, or hold on, an A wave, a B wave, and then a C wave. Then you have an A, B, C, B wave, and then we're in the C right now. So for me, we have a 1, a 2, a 3, a 4, and then we're waiting for the 5th drop. For me, my next target on Hood is the 1.618 for the wave 5, aka this last drop right here, which coincides with the 0.618 on the larger time frame. So between like $71 and $63 is a great dollar cost average zone for me personally on Hood. Once we get this additional drop down in this region, if you're looking to pick up Hood, I would say these are good dollar cost averaging zones. And then $300 is the next target on Robinhood using Elliott Wave Theory rules right at the 1.618. It can extend to 358. It can extend all the way up to 449. But the target that it typically likes to go for is the 1.618 at 300. The only way we're going to be able to determine if we're going to get an extended wave is how price basically reacts off of these lows. So if we get a 1, 2, 3, like super extended 3 with a 4 and a 5, then obviously we can get an extension, but price will typically shoot for the 1.618. So $300 would be my next target on Hood. Polkadot, we did Polkadot the other day. Polkadot's just in corrective territory. There's no structure on Polkadot. I personally own Polkadot and I'm down on it because I bought it in like 2022. Again, it was only like 2% of my overall portfolio, so I didn't buy a ton, but there's no structure on Polkadot right now. There's no 5-wave impulses to go off of, unfortunately. We can take a peek at HIMS. Yeah, absolutely. Been accumulating Hood myself. Hood, Coin are both great buys. Yeah, Coin. My next target on Coinbase is 800 for Coinbase, which Coin and Hood are great buys right now. For me, MSTR, just from a risk to reward standpoint, looks really good. So I'm going to be personally picking up MSTR, but you can't go wrong with all of them. I made it. What's up, Daniel? How's it going? Wouldn't it be smart to buy Leaps on Hood? Someone said Leaps the other day. I'm not entirely sure what those are. Mike, what's up, man? How are you? Oil just shooting back up might be the start of the push down on Bitcoin. I saw something come across my phone from I did. Yes, that was right. Drew brought up and on YouTube, Drew brought up Leaps. I forget what it was. You put it in there, and I got to go back to the recording because I know you put it in there, and I totally forgot about it. We'll take a peep at HIMS because I just did this chart the other day. My next target on HIMS is $127. That's my next target on HIMS. We have a really nice 1, 2, and then we have a 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 3 with a 4 and a 5 with this ABC pullback. For HIMS, it just has an extended third wave. We have a 1, 2, and then a 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 3, and then a pullback 4, then a pump up 5, and then we have an ABC. My next target on HIMS is $127 from current levels. And funny enough, look at where price bounced for the well, actually, it's kind of bouncing at that level, but it bounced at the 0.786 and is trying to reclaim the 0.618, which is funny. But typically, the price for wave 2 for a deep retrace goes to the 0.786, but typically the 0.5 to the 0.618 is a good zone. Aster coin, I think that's a newer one. Honestly, there's not enough price action on Aster coin to really make a decision on it. I mean, we can look at it, but Oracle, you can do Oracle. I don't know if we looked at Oracle, or maybe we did. I can't remember. Did we look at Oracle on stream? If anyone's in here that remembers, I don't know if we did or not. So this is the 3-month time frame on Oracle. I mean, we definitely have what looks to be a 1, 2, 3, 4. I mean, this is just weird. This is a weird 5, I'll be honest. It's a really weird 5th wave up. But we have a really good 1, 2, 3, 4, and then this 5. But it just kind of looks like the price is swiggling. But we can analyze it. So far you have a wave 1, a wave 2, a wave 3, a 4, and then we're in the 5th. So the question is, when is this thing going to top? And then after that, you'll get, obviously an ABC corrective down. Can Hood go to the 0.786? Based on the structure, I see $63. Just based on the structure of what it looks like, how it has the ABC and then the ABC and then the 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 move down. For me, $63 is a good zone for Hood. Yeah, let's go to the monthly. This is a weird wave 5, man. Look at there's, if anything, it could be starting the ABC corrective now. I mean, this is just a really weird structure. So, I mean, we might have to go to the weekly for more price action. This is some. See, like for this, when I see charts like this, it doesn't give me a lot of confidence to invest in them because of how choppy this 5-wave move is. I mean, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I mean, maybe this is a wave 1. This is definitely not a wave 1. I would say the impulse is here, so that's a wave 1, wave 2. And then 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, wave 3, wave 4. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, wave 5. So you have this wave 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Then you have this wave 2. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, wave 1, wave 2. Kind of comes down to here, and then you get a 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 up, then a 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. Yeah, okay, so for me, it looks like we have a wave 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 of a wave 1. I'll just mark it out on the bigger time frame. It'll be easier. So we have a wave 1 that kind of comes up to here, a wave 2, a wave 3, a wave 4, and then a wave 5. I'll move it on to chart in a second. It's kind of hard to capture all this stuff. So it does look like we have a 5-wave move, which would mean Oracle does look topped here. I just want to see what this retracement was from here. And that makes, I mean, yeah, it was a shallow corrective for a wave 3 to the 0.382. So the wave 2 corrected the 0.382. And then how much did the wave 4 correct? And then the wave 4 corrected to the 0.618. And then we have a wave. Yeah, so for me, this is on the monthly. For me, this is a completed 5-wave move with an extended 5th. So we have a 1, 2, 3, 4, and then a 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, wave 5 of 5. So the next thing for me is an ABC pullback on Oracle. Now, where could this thing pull back to is the question. So let's go to the weekly. Or wait, let's go to the monthly. Let me move this in here. And then let me put these values on the right so then I can get everything into screen. I mean, we did get a pullback to the 0.618, which that's a pretty deep pullback. So it would satisfy the rule, or no, we got a pullback to the 0.618. On the weekly, what do we got? So we have an A wave, B wave. Or that almost looks like a, hold on. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. This, let me go to the daily. I mean, Oracle definitely topped back here for the wave 5. The question is the correction over? That's what we're trying to determine. Is this correction over or not for Oracle? So I want to, it seems like it may be forming a zigzag corrective structure. Can you look at silver? Yeah, we can look at silver. So we have the 5. Now the question is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Interesting. Okay, so we've had this ABC, B, C of an A, then an ABC up, then a 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 movement down for an A wave. So this is an ABC A wave. Then we almost have an ABCB wave. And then it almost looks like, does that overlap? It does. Interesting. 1, 2, 3. Nope, that can't satisfy. So we have an ABCA, ABCB. And then maybe we get one more lower. Yeah, I mean, that's what I'm seeing. I mean, it looks like we have an ABCA, a B, and then an ABCC of an A. And then we have this 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 wave movement down. Then we have this B. I would say we would get another 5-wave movement down, which would mean this would be a zigzag formation. But nonetheless, on the monthly time frame, we've already had a completed 5-wave move and retraced to the 0.618 and bounced. So the bottom could be in for Oracle. And what would come next is another 1 through 5 movement up. So on the 3-month time frame, this is what we have for Oracle. I mean, you're buying it at a deep value discount, which is not necessarily a bad thing. But on a really long time frame, we have a 1, 2, 3, 4, and then an extended 5th wave. And then we have this big correction down off the top, which we've corrected this whole wave down to the 0.618, which is a great deep value buying discount. And what you'll get next off of these lows is the start of another 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 move up. So Oracle from a value standpoint is at a great position to, position yourself for the long run for another 1 through 5 movement. Making shit up? No, I'm not making shit up. I'm going off of Elliott Wave Theory. Aiden, what's going on, man? 60 viewers, let's go. I remember when our viewers were like 7 a day. It's awesome. Oracle's AI product there is going to be a powerhouse soon. Yeah, I mean, the chart suggesting that for sure, because we have a massive 5-wave move completed on the 3-month time frame, and we have a huge 5-wave move and then this big correction, which makes sense given, you know, we have a 5-wave move dating back to 1980s. So it makes sense that we corrected that much from, you know, 300 to 1 whatever. I mean, that's almost a third, which makes sense. So the next movement up is a 1 through 5 movement up towards the upside. I trade on Thinkorswim through Charles Schwab. Yeah, Charles Schwab, yeah. Well, all my stuff is hand-drawn, Daniel, so I don't know if they have any, like, Elliott Wave Theory, like, tools on Thinkorswim. I have no idea. All this stuff is hand-drawn. You can draw this stuff on Thinkorswim. They have a platform that you can, like, you know, draw stuff on, but I just like TradingView better. It's a lot cleaner. A lot cleaner for sure. Let's see. What's a good price to buy MSTR? Oh, Roll Tide, what's going on, man? I didn't do my video of the Auburn helmet. That's my apologies. I'll do that later. My zone for MSTR is 80 to 100. That's what I'm looking to buy, and then I'm holding to 900. You're completely ignoring earnings, business model, everything else. You can look at 20 years and decide. Okay. Okay, thanks, Nick. Yeah, absolutely. How long have you been Elliott Wave for? Motive Wave is the cleanest for Elliott Wave. For a few years now. How high Oracle can go until we get the impulses off the low, we don't necessarily know. What you're going to get is another structure like this on the 3-month time frame. So you're going to get a 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 wave up for the wave 1, then you get an ABC, and then you get a 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 move up for the 3, then you get an ABC, and then you get a 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 moving up for the 5. So it'll essentially, this is what'll happen, but you'll get, you know, something like that. But on the 3-month time frame, it does look like this is almost like the start of an A wave, because, you know, you have a 5-wave move, then you could get like an A, a B, and a C. Sure, but even if you buy here, I mean, it's a deep value discount if you're going to hold for the long term, which is how I do. I don't day trade. At least right now, I don't do any swing trades or anything like that. But from a long-term perspective, you're buying at a deep discount. You going long? No, so I don't short-term trade. I'm an investor. I don't short-term trade. I'm down 4,500 today on SPY. Oh shit, I'm sorry to hear that, Kingtown. Do you think Chainlink is going to explode since partnering with Swift? I'm going to start doing some swing trading, but again, I'm going to document all. Why not make ROI? Because short-term trading is a lot riskier, and everyone that day trades typically doesn't make money. By the way, thank you all for the charts you do. I'm a fan for life. I appreciate that, Daniel. I try my best out here, man. What was the next chart after Oracle? XRP. I know someone had mentioned XRP back a while ago. I can't remember what it was, but XRP, this is my chart for XRP. XRP is pretty clean from an Elliott Wave standpoint. It's pretty clean. My next target for XRP is $6. So we have this initial wave 1 with this big ABC 2, and then we have initial 1, 2, and then we should get a 3 up to $6, 4, 5 to complete this wave 3 up here. My next target is $6 on XRP. Leah said Moonwell. Yeah, we can look at Moonwell. Definitely. Can you tell me how you feel about XRP? I mean, I own a boatload of XRP at 50 cents, so I'm waiting until about $6 to take profits. I bought down here, and I'm waiting for about $6. I'll probably take some profits off the table, and then we'll get a pullback 4, and then another wave 5, and then I'll probably take some profits off the table. If Bitcoin goes to $50, then hold 2. I mean, is Hood following Bitcoin or not? I mean, they're separate charts. I mean, there might be some correlation to it, but they're separate charts. So they move differently. While like altcoins do follow Bitcoin in the sense that when Bitcoin goes down, it generally brings the broader market down. They're all in different structures. Like for this, for example, for XRP versus Bitcoin, like XRP is in its wave 3. Whereas Bitcoin is just about to start its wave 3, where XRP, we have a big wave 1, wave 2, and then we're in the wave 3 with the initial wave 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Bitcoin hasn't had its initial 1 yet. So they're just in different phases. Choppy F. Yeah, F is very choppy. Let's see. XRP. Let me see what else we got here. Or Moonwell. I know Moonwell was back there for sure. All right. Moonwell. Again, guys, not every stock, not every crypto is worth investing in. I don't invest in everything. I play by the charts. If I see something like Moonwell, for example, this is like, there's really nothing here. There's just boom, boom. So I wouldn't personally buy Moonwell. There's really not a lot to go off of. I mean, maybe. Well, no, that's invalidated, so never mind. I was going to say if, like, this was Moonwell, right? If we had this 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, but this 4 invalidated this wave 1, which means this isn't, like, this structure doesn't hold this whole structure right here. So until we get impulses off of the lows, it's really, like, there's really nothing to do with Moonwell. So I would pass on it, personally. I wouldn't invest in it. Not to say that you can't, it might have fundamentals, but based on the structure of the chart, I would pass on it. That's why, for me, I'm investing in EOS, MSTR, and VeChain. The structures look really good. Okalo, SoFi, MSTR. SoFi has a pretty decent... SoFi is just in a different stage. So when you look at SoFi, for example, it's just in a different stage. So for me, the risk to reward on SoFi is decent. I mean, it's not bad, but I didn't buy down here. Like, I didn't buy SoFi at the initial wave 1 with the wave 2. So I didn't buy around, $8, $9. So the risk to reward for me, I just wouldn't personally invest right now, because we've already had a wave 1, a wave 2, a wave 3. We're in the wave 4, and then we're starting this, 5 leg up for the wave 5. From current prices around $18, my next target on SoFi is 37, which is, about 100% return, a little bit over, about 100% return, which I would just rather put my capital somewhere else as opposed to investing here, because you are in a wave 4. The only thing that's left is a wave 5. There's kind of limited upside. But if you bought down here, at $6, $7, $8, that's a nice 3, 4, 5, 600% gain, which I would say ride it to 37. But for me, the better risk to reward based on the structure is MSTR, because we've had a 5-wave movement already, a 5-wave movement, and we're in the ABC. So what comes next is another 5-wave movement to the upside, and that, for me, based on this structure of the chart, is suggesting we still have a little bit more downside on MSTR. I do think that the chart structure with the 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 is suggesting one more move down to about $80 to $100, and when that happens, I'll be buying, and then my next target is 962. So a 10x potential versus a SoFi right now with like 100%. For me, the risk to reward just makes sense to put my capital in MSTR. Long term, it's a good stock to buy, to trade options on. I don't know if I should hold. Yeah, I mean, SoFi, yeah, again, it's probably got... I haven't really looked at the fundamentals of SoFi, but I'd imagine that based on the chart and the structure of it, there's some really good fundamentals on it. And I think from a long-term hold, yeah, 100%. But if I was to buy SoFi, I would wait for something like this. So if you're looking to buy SoFi, wait for the 5... You don't have to buy everything at this, like, right then and there. You can wait. So we have a 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Wait for the 5 to complete somewhere around $36. And then what you'll get is something like this. You'll get an ABC correction down. And that typically targets for a wave 2. Say we pump to $37. The next... Or let me move this into frame here. If we pump to $37, the next target on the retrace is between 25 and 18. So you might say, okay, well, the price is that right now, sure, but we also could get a massive ABC correction down to 12. I would personally, just from a risk to reward standpoint, just wait for that correction. Just wait for the 5-wave move up for the 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and then wait for the ABC down, and then when it completes the C, buy at the 0.5, buy at the 0.618, dollar cost average in. You don't have to time the bottom perfectly. You just have to buy in at certain levels. Okay, so we've had a 5-wave move. I'm going to take a chunk at it at the 0.5. If it goes up, I'm in the trade. If it goes down, I'll take another chunk at the 0.618. I'm in the trade twice now, so I've doubled my average and lowered it even. If the trade reverses and goes up, I'm in the trade. If it continues to go down, buy at the 0.786. Now you have 3 buys right here. Then if it goes up, you're in profit. And then you've lowered your cost average down on the way down. And you're in a really good position to make some money. So for me, I would just wait for SoFi to correct. And then once it corrects, I'll buy. But until then, I'm just kind of in a waiting period. CD's nuts. We can do BMNR. BMNR is a little bit challenging. I've looked at the chart before. It's in a really big correction. But yeah, we can do BMNR. I might invest in BMNR, but for me, I just like MSTR better. Oh wait, I typed that wrong. MYX coin. We can look at I don't know what MYX is. I'm gonna be honest. I'm not entirely sure what that is, but we can look at it. BMNR. So let's see. Let's remove everything from the chart. Let's go to the beginning of this impulse, which should be right here. Yeah, there it is. There's that impulse. So this would be the start of the impulse, this right here. So we're just going to go to the daily time frame on this. I mean, we definitely have a big impulse on BMNR, right? You have this huge... Let me move this up actually ahead of that. So, I mean, we definitely have this big impulse with this wave 2. We've already corrected a huge portion of that. Even lower to the 0.786. The hard part with BMNR is the structure is, we definitely have an A wave down, and then we almost have a A, B, C up. And then we have this sort of 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 with a B wave, and then a 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay, so it looks like a zigzag formation, which all that is a corrective structure, and you get a 5-wave move followed by another 3-wave move. So you have a 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Then you have an ABC. Then you have a 1, 2, 3, 4. So there's probably one more leg lower for BMNR just based on the structure. And let's see what the target would be for BMNR. So the next target for BMNR for me would be between like $17 and $14. If I was looking to long, take a position in BMNR, I would wait for this. Just based on what the structure looks like, it looks like we're in a zigzag formation for a C. So we have this big A wave, then we have an AB, ABC, B wave, and then we have this 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, followed by a B, and then this 1, 2, 3, 4, and then we should get another 5. That for me is what the structure looks like, and I'll show you what I mean. So if you go to, this is the simple correction for a zigzag. It's a 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 move down, 5 line ABC, and then another 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 move down, which is what we kind of have for BMNR. We have this 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, followed by this ABC, and then 1, 2, 3, 4, and then we should get a 5th. Somewhere between $17 to $14. Now, with that being said, the next target on it, if we correct to say $15, the next target would be $269 on BMNR. So we probably get one more leg lower, and then we'll get a 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 move up. My next target on BMNR would be $269, which at $14, that's a nice, I don't know, 20x, a nice 20x trade on BMNR. So a solid opportunity for sure. But I would wait. I would wait on BMNR. If we get something like that, that drops down to the 17 to 14 level, I mean, that's a great buying opportunity. And that's the thing with me. I take a lot of patience when I look at these coins and take a lot of patience when I'm investing. It's one of the hardest things to do, and I've learned my lesson from just basically starting this journey back in 2018, learning what investing is. I was a financial advisor for a while, so I had my Series 6, Series 63. I was trying to go get my 7, but I just moved out of that industry and I started something else. The biggest thing that I can say for everyone is patience and having a plan, because I remember meeting with clients all the time, and you'd meet with people that you were like, oh, you're doing really well, you're making a pretty good salary, but they're just not, investing or putting money away, and they're like, hey, I only have $100,000 saved up for retirement. I'm 60 years old. You know, what do I do? And I'm like, well, unfortunately, the only thing that you have on your side is continue working in time, because there's no magic pill that's going to raise your retirement up to, you know, $3 million so you can continue to live your lifestyle. They hold so much up. Yeah, 100%. And great charting. Great charting. I appreciate that. Yeah, I mean, for me, the next move is a one more leg lower. I think it makes sense because just like MSTR follows Bitcoin and BMNR kind of follows Ethereum. I mean, obviously they're separate charts, but they have their similarities and correlations. With BMNR, I do see one more leg lower. If you have a position already, I would say just hold that position and wait for the next impulse up. If you're looking to buy BMNR or looking to take a position in it, I would definitely wait for one more leg lower. Again, not financial advice. I can't give financial advice legally. I don't have my investment licenses anymore. But if I did, I could, but I just don't have them anymore. I would wait for one more leg lower and then take a position and then ride the wave up. And if we do get a 14 to 17 retracement down here, I'll probably take a position in BMNR as well, because I do think that the company's doing great things, and they're stackpiling ETH, and ETH is just going to continue to get bullish, so this thing will continue to, you know, be a beta play on that. MYX Finance, is that a crypto token? What is that? MYX? MYX Finance? I've never heard of this one. Let's see. I mean, when did this thing launch? May of 25? What's the market cap on this thing? Yes, crypto token. What's the market cap on MYX? I mean, there's... The only thing that I would say is, you know, this could be a 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I mean, sure, with this big ABC. I mean, that fulfills the rules, but again, Elliott Wave Theory is not necessarily geared for smaller market cap tokens with high volatility and brand new tokens that are limited price history. I mean, this technically could be a 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 move up with an ABC. So yeah, next would be a 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 movement up past these all-time highs. So, I mean, that, you know, we could see somewhere around $30, $40, but again, this would be more speculative than I would be confident in this, because it's a brand new token launched less than a year ago, highly speculative token. I wouldn't put a lot of money in this. I would risk maybe 1% of your overall portfolio in here. I wouldn't put more than that, because I mean, does it have a structure? Sure, but it's so new, it's hard to tell. Filecoin, we looked at Filecoin before. There's really not much with Filecoin. It's just in corrective territory. So, I mean, look at it. It's just, you know, we retrace lower than the lows. This could be a 1 with a 2, but we've already retraced lower, so we're just waiting for a 5-wave movement out. What's your target on Mara? Oh, I was just looking at Mara today, actually. And Riot looks really good, too. But for Mara, I want to say I was looking at Mara earlier today. Yeah, Mara had a pretty clean chart as well. So, where was it on the daily? Let me see. We had a really clean chart for Mara. For Mara, I had this being the wave. Let me see here. Was it this? How did I chart it before? Because I was looking at it today. I should have saved the chart. Yeah, because this was the 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Yeah, so this was the wave 1 for Mara, the wave 2, the wave 3, the wave 4, the wave 5. I'm curious to see what that actually hit. Look at that. It topped out at the 0.618. Or the 1.618. So again, this is why I say that the wave 5 typically tops out at the 1.618. I mean, look at Mara. The wave 4 and then the wave 5, it topped out right at the 1.618, which is, again, the beauty of Elliott Wave Theory. It gives you rules to go off of. Is it perfect? Is it 100% accurate? No, but it gives you rules, and typically they follow them. So that's why I love it so much. So for Mara, we have the wave 1 here, the wave 2, the wave 3, the wave 4, and then the wave 5. And then we're in just, that's the initial wave 1. And then we're in the wave 2 right now for Mara. So this being the wave 1, this being the wave 2. Now, the only question is that I was going through today, because this can't be a wave 1 because it just doesn't look impulsive. I mean, does this overlap on the daily? Does that overlap? I want to see if that overlaps on the daily. Yes, it does. So this almost looks like an ABC with a, because this can't be a 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 because it price overlaps. And then this corrective movement down, this can't be a 1, 2, 3, 4. So honestly, we're still in the wave 2. But of the wave 2, let's see how much we've corrected so far. So we've had, you know, we're lower than the 0.786. So we're definitely in deep value territory. But the next target for Mara, using this here for the wave 1, and then the wave 2. The next target for Mara is around 140. Is the next target for Mara at the 1.618. Somewhere around 140 to 223. Somewhere in that range. So that's also another good position too, which has, you know, an over a 10x potential. Riot's very similar. We can do Riot too. Riot's very similar to Mara in the sense that their charts look very similar. PayPal stock. Airbnb. Yeah, we can look at Airbnb. Or no, we were gonna do silver. Shit, I gotta go back and do silver. I think my silver chart's saved. But yeah, Mara, I have the next target up there. Where was silver? Was it AG? Someone was saying AG a while ago. Silver futures? I want to say we did this chart on stream before, but I can't remember. Oh, no, this is Apple. I clicked the wrong one. AG. Silver futures. Why is it not letting me go to it? Do I not have the ability to on this shit? On the free? Delayed market access? Just get me to the fucking thing. It's not letting me get to it. I don't know what's going on. It won't let me get to the damn silver. I don't know why it's not letting me. I mean, we could do silver in here. But I can't remember the token that the person was requesting. Silver? Oh no, we were gonna look at Tau. Fuck, I keep... There's too many tokens. Y'all are throwing so many tokens in here. I can't remember which ones we were gonna do. I did want to do Tau because someone had recommended Tau before. This was like early on in the stream. Where's my Tau chart? I want to say everything's saved on Tau. Tau, I think I have to add the T in it. Tau USDT. Nope, not that one. Was it the Mexi one? Yeah, there we go. Okay, so the next target on Tau is around 1300. And this was the wave 1. We have a complex A, B, C, D, E2. And then the next target on Tau is 1300 from current prices. Hi, man. What's going on? How are you? Welcome to the stream. Welcome to the stream. 140 Mara will be crazy. I mean, hey, the technicals and the chart suggests Dr. Thunder, what's going on, man? How are you? The technicals on Mara suggesting they're suggesting 140 next. I know it may seem like a shocker, but I mean, I can show you examples of how Elliott Wave Theory works, and you'd be surprised when you look at this stuff and you see it on the chart and you're like, oh, there's no way. You know, there's no way it's going to hit the 1.618, and then sure enough, price does, and then sometimes extends. Where, you know, you can get an extension on Mara, but right now the chart is suggesting 140, which should be a shocker. And I think a lot of people would hate that because they would miss out on the move. Do you think Oracle could hit bottom by now? And do you think it has the potential to go to 400 by end of year? So I don't trade based on time. That's not part of my strategy. My strategy is finding undervalued positions based on the Elliott Wave count and then waiting for it to hit my targets. I don't trade based on time. I think trying to scrunch an investment into a timetable is the losing strategy. That's just my personal opinion. I think if you invest in something and you're like, all right, I need this thing to go to this price in a year, typically it doesn't do that. It takes longer than you expect sometimes. On the off chance it does take sooner than later, then yeah, 100% that can happen. But if you're trying to pinch targets into time frames, you're going to lose 100% of the time, because then your emotions are going to get the best of you, and then at the end of the day, you're going to lose. Matt texted, I just found you yesterday, great content, very informative. I have a truckload of VeChain and ICP. I am looking to load up on VeChain on this next dip. That is something I'm looking to load up on, and 43 cents is my next target, which is like a 50x from here, which is wild. But I am looking at only adding probably a 1 to 2% of my overall portfolio to VeChain. I do own ICP as well, but I appreciate the support. It will be 140 the next 10 years. Yes, I won't disagree. I mean, I don't think Mara's going to be at 140 in 10 years. I think that's a really long timetable on it. You know, could it take 10 years? Sure, it could, but I don't really see it lasting that long. What is Jack in the Box? Oh, like, is that like the popcorn or the kernel shit? Is that what that is? I mean, we can look at it. But yeah, my next target on Tau is 1300. Yeah, ETH is a really confusing one. I'm going to be honest. Ethereum's been giving me some freaking challenges, man. Let's look at it on the 3-month time frame, and I'll show you why. So let me just clear everything from the chart. We'll start from scratch. We're going to go through Ethereum from scratch on the monthly, sorry. So on the monthly, again, I use log charts. So you might be looking at this chart and you're like, why is it so scrunched down? I use log. I like to chart it on log because you get all the price action in one thing, and it just allows you to see a really clean picture. So for me, Ethereum does have a 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 wave move. So we have a 5 wave move on Ethereum already. We have, you know, this initial 1, 2, 3, 4, and then 5. Boom. And then we have this massive correction. And if we look at the correction from the start of this move to here, we can see it corrected down to the 0.786 of this entire move. So this entire 5 wave move corrected to the 0.786. The only the challenge that I'm running into with Ethereum is this structure, because when you look at it on the log channel or the log chart, it looks weird, right? It looks like we're almost in like this complex 2 where you have like this is an A wave, this is a B wave, or wait, hold on. You have an ABC, and then you have this ABC, and then you have an ABC, and then you have this A wave, B wave, C wave. It's just like this complex ass shit, which has been giving me a lot of challenges, because you almost have like this A wave, B wave, and then C wave, and then you kind of have the start of an impulse right here, which is kind of where I'm starting my impulse, meaning this is an A wave, this is a B wave, this is a C wave, and then this is the initial 1, 2, and then we should get a 3, 4, 5 to start the next run up. So for Ethereum, if you look at it again on a longer time frame, we've already had a completed 5 wave move. So we have a 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and then we have an ABC. For me, that's what it looks like. And what we're starting next is another 5 wave move like this. That's why I think the Bitcoin Ethereum treasuries have started, because of the structure of Ethereum right now. You have Bitmine and you have BMNR and SBET just loading up on Ethereum, because they already know we've completed a 5 wave structure. So what's next is a multi-year run of another 5 wave structure. So we should get something like this. This is the start of a wait, let me get my paintbrush. This is the start of a wave 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and then we'll get an ABC, and then we'll get another 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and then an ABC, and then another 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So essentially we're repeating, let me see if I can get this all into frame. We're essentially repeating this right here. So this initial 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 is repeating again now. So we're going to get another 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 move up for Ethereum. And that for me is going to be a, you know, that's like a 10-year trade, or not a 10-year trade. That's well, when did this move start back here? 2016. Yeah. So that was a 10-year trade, damn near 8-year trade from here to here. That was an 8-year move. We're kind of in another 8 to 10-year window for another move up, and that's going to send Ethereum just absolutely going crazy. So I do think that's why we have a lot of Ethereum Treasury Trust building right now, because they know what's next. So with Ethereum, I would just hold it, honestly. I wouldn't try to time the bottom perfectly, because we're in the next multi-year run. So why try to time bottoms when you know that, you know, big things are on the horizon. So from when are we going to start swing trading? That is something I'm working on. I've had construction crew here all this week, so it's been hard to kind of look at the charts on a daily time frame, but my goal is to start swing trading either this week or next week and documenting all of that process. So that is sort of the goal. I'm probably going to start swing trading, maybe just SPY and maybe QQQ, just do 2 charts to keep it simple, and then I'll start swing trading SPY and doing like some smaller time frame option trades, just to, you know, have some additional buying power and not risk a huge portion of capital. But if I do anything, I'll probably document it all on like a paper trading account, because I've never done swing trading. All the stuff that I do is long-term investing through Elliott Wave Theory. I haven't really done any swing trading or day trading yet, so I might do it on paper trading first and then document the whole process, become profitable whenever that, I mean, it could be sooner than later, but give myself some time and then start doing some real trades. Or I might just say fuck it and jump right into the real shit and just put like, you know, a portion of my capital into that and just take like smaller trades. But that is coming soon. Let's see. Let me go through some of these comments. Great content. Thanks for the charts. Absolutely. Happy to do so. I love this shit, man. Like, for all of you guys that join, like, I go live every single day. Like, this is, I wouldn't say this is the highlight of my day, but it's damn near close to it. Like, I enjoy the shit out of this stuff. Like, I love looking at charts. I love charting. I love being able to provide a mindset around investing, because I feel like that's probably the number one thing people deal with, myself included, is managing your emotions when you're investing and trading. Everyone tries to jump in too fast. Everyone typically sells too early. And it's just a matter of sticking to a strategy. And for me, Elliott Wave Theory has worked perfect. And if I can provide any sort of advice, it's work on your mindset first before investing. Because if you can't manage your emotions when you're in a trade, you're going to buy too early, you're going to sell too early, you're not going to stick to your strategy, your emotions are going to get the best of you, and then you're going to be trying to stick to a strategy, and then your emotions give like, shit, I need to buy, I don't want to miss the move, and then you're going to buy, and then your strategy plays out, and then you get pissed off because you bought too soon. So if I could offer a piece of advice to anyone, it'd just be work on mindset. That's the biggest challenge you have. JY, what's going on? Hey, Nick, can you pull up Loop Ring? Yeah, we can look at Loop Ring. XRP, my next target is $6 on XRP, but let me flip my screen, because I know that y'all don't want to look at me. You want to look at the charts, because that's all you guys are interested in. No, I'm just playing. So, all right. So XRP, my next target. Actually, let's look at Bitcoin, because I know someone was saying something about Bitcoin. Are we doing anything? No, we're still at 70K. All right, we're just chopping. XRP was $6. Loop Ring. What is Loop Ring a crypto? Loop Ring? Do you know which one has the best LRC USD? All right, let me do it that way. LRC USD. And at the end of the day, the goal is to make money, not be right or wrong. The goal is to make money. Be smart about where you park your money, and then make money. That is the goal. Who cares about if you're right time in the bottom? Who cares if you're right time in the top? If you get the position right, you're going to make money, and that's the goal of investing. Not to be right, but to be profitable. Okay, so I mean, maybe 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, wave 3, wave 4, wave 5. No, that doesn't fulfill, because if this is the wave 1, wave 2, wave 3. Oh, wait, hold on. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, wave 2, wave 3, wave 4. No, that invalidates. Wait, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. But then this is that doesn't, this structure doesn't make any sense. Yeah, see, like, for example, as we're going through Loop Ring right now, like, it's just not as clean as I want the chart to be. Like, there's impulsive moves. I mean, we have a 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Then we have a 2, and then kind of a 3, but then the 4 invalidates this 1, and then we have a push up 5. But then if the wave 1 starts down here, then we get a wave 2. And then we get this wave 3 maybe, and then wave 4, and then wave 5. I mean, I guess that could work, but the only problem is this 1, 2, 3, 4, 5? I mean, maybe, but I feel like I'd be forcing that. So this is why I say all the time too, like, not every chart is worth investing in, but let's dig a little bit deeper. I don't want to write it off. Let's dig a little bit deeper. I mean, this could be a wave 1 with a wave 2, and then we have a 1, 2. Wait. 1, 2. There's no 3 or 4. I mean, technically this could be a 1, 2, and then this could be a 3, 4, and a 5. For a wave 3, a wave 4, and then a 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I mean, technically, I just don't see any follow through on this wave, which is confusing. So I want to go into this wave a little bit closer. I mean, maybe right there. Yeah, I mean, that could make sense. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I mean, yeah, that kind of fulfills then. I mean, just a massive retrace for a wave 2. So this would be the wave 1, 2, and then 3, 4, 5, and then this is the wave 2. So the next target on loop ring would be, we probably still see a little bit lower just because it probably follows Bitcoin. But the next target, I mean, that's a massive target, but $6 would be the next target on loop ring. I'm not as to be honest, I'm not as confident in that target just given the structure. But hypothetically speaking, given this being a 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, I mean, the next target is right at around $6, which, you know, from 0.03, I mean, that's a massive, you know, massive move up. I know nothing about the fundamentals of this chart, but for me, it does fulfill the rule, but I would say I'm not as confident in this. What is your biggest coin to make 5 to 10x this cycle? I mean, the goal isn't to make 5 to 10x, the goal is to make money. So while I understand your question, I think I would flip it in the sense that, like, you want to invest smartly, not chase multiples. I think that's the way that I would answer that, is you want to, okay, thanks, Nick, on River. Yeah, absolutely, JY, absolutely. I think the piece of advice, because everyone always asks, like, I get it all the time in chat, it's like, what's the next coin to do 10x? What's the next coin to do 20x? What's the next coin to do 5x? I think we should flip that around and say, okay, where's somewhere that I have high confidence based on the structure, based on the fundamentals that I can put my money in and have confidence in it. Not, oh, let me go invest in this meme coin because it, you know, some influencer said it has 30x potential. I'm going to get rich. How about doing some research, looking at a coin from a charting perspective and saying, okay, I'm going to park my money here. I don't care what multiple it gets. I just want to be profitable, as opposed to just throwing your money blindly at coins and then losing it all. Because that's honestly what typically happens. People throw money at coins thinking they're going to get a 5 to 10x, and the thing rugs and goes to 0. And they're like, oh shit, I shouldn't have invested in this. So while I do think that there's good investments on the table for 5 to 10x, MSTR for me is one that, you know, has, when we get the leg lower to $80 to $100, the next target for me is 950. So that's, you know, a 9 to 10x on MSTR. I mean, XRP has about a 6x from current levels. I know there's a question in XRP, and I can show you. XRP for me has one more leg down with Bitcoin, and then from there, you know, it's a 6x potential. I would feel confident in XRP based on the fundamentals and chart, but we probably have one more leg lower to about $1, and then $6 is next. So for me, you know, XRP, throw that in there. I think Ethereum has a really good chance as well. MSTR, I mean, Bitcoin has about a 4x based on my target from 60 to 50K to 200. I mean, from right now, the risk to reward is very good. A lot of things have sold off heavily. So for me, there's a lot of things that just depending on where you want to park your money. For me, I'm doing EOS, VeChain, Bitcoin, and MSTR, and I might throw a little bit of money at SUI and BMNR as well. Let's see. Good time to invest the next months, for example, Solana. I do have one more lower leg on Solana. But yeah, I mean, as far as a risk to reward standpoint, the opportunity is very good right now. for Solana and a lot of other altcoins, including Bitcoin, and even Robinhood has about a 6x on it too. So I would say Robinhood is a decent one as well. But Solana has a 1 through 5 movement. Then we have another 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 movement with this ABC. And of this ABC movement on Solana, my next targets are 67 to 51. Those are my next targets on Solana. Is 67 to 51, and then after that, my next target on Solana is 524. So one more dip lower and then 524. So Solana from those levels, that's a 10x as well. So I just showed you guys 3 or 4 investments that have 5 to 10x potential, in my opinion. Did you say EOS? Yes, I did, Nathan. Yes, I did. I will be personally investing in EOS. You never bought EOS or VeChain yet? Nope, not yet. I'm waiting for the Bitcoin drop first before I buy anything yet, because if Bitcoin goes down, most altcoins will go down. So I'm waiting for this. I'm waiting for this dip in Bitcoin first. So until we get this 1 through 5 movement down to the 60, 50K region, I'm not buying anything yet. I haven't made a purchase on Bitcoin. I haven't made a purchase on MSTR. I haven't made a purchase on VeChain or EOS, none of that yet. I'm waiting for this move to develop, and then on the wave 3 and the wave 5, that's when I'll be making my move. What time frame are you on? This is daily right now. Typically, I spend time on daily, weekly, and monthly, and then sometimes 3-month if the chart is like really, really strong. We were just covering Ethereum, and for me, this is kind of what Ethereum looks like. Oh wait, where did all this stuff save? Didn't I just save all this stuff? Maybe not. So Ethereum for me is, we have a wave 1, a 2, a 3, a 4, and then a 5. And then we have this, wave 2 here. For me, this was an ABC A wave, an ABC B wave, and then an ABC C wave. And then we're starting the next impulse up right now. So on the weekly time frame, or daily time frame rather, so you can see everything. On the daily time frame, we have this sort of move up right here. We have this wave 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and then we have this ABC structure. For me, I do see probably one more leg lower for Ethereum, and my zones for the leg lower, it could be between 1700 to 1400. I don't know if we go that low, but we could potentially be bottoming. We're going to probably get one more dip on Ethereum, if I'm being honest. And if this low down here gets taken out, at 1380, if this low gets taken out here, if price was to go down below this, then this wave count right here, the 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 would be invalidated. And all that would mean is the correction is still happening from the wave 2. So all that would mean is this is an A wave, this is a B wave, this is a C wave, this is a D wave, and this would be an E wave, and then we'll get the 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 move up. But if that level holds, then the next target on Ethereum, say we get a dip lower to like 1600, the next target on Ethereum is 7000. So that's another, again, with another dip, that's another 6x potential as well. But it all depends. If we get one more dip lower, past this low here, then this whole structure is just one massive correction. And then we'll get the 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 move up. Yeah, Tau, my next target on Tau is 1300. My next target on Tau is 1300. Should I just buy VOO if I want to be safe? I don't know. What's VOO? I'm not familiar with that. What is VOO? Is that Vanguard? Yeah, I mean, again, it depends on your investment strategy. It depends on your time horizon. It depends on a bunch of different factors. What's your risk tolerance? How susceptible are you to risk? There's so many things that factor into investments. I think people overextend themselves in crypto because when they're looking at crypto, Algorand. Yeah, that's right. We got to go to Algorand. When people are investing in crypto, like the swings are very big. You can get a 20% up or a 20% down, and people can't weather that. They can't weather it mentally. So I would say if you are very risk adverse, just put it into the S&P 500 dollar cost average, monthly, daily, however you want to do it, and just ride that out because you're going to perform really well. But if you can tolerate a little bit more risk, then yeah, you can buy some crypto, but you still have to be strategic about it. You can't just blindly throw money at projects and say, hey, I heard about this project on TikTok, let me go invest in it. You know, do your own research and see if it's worth investing and putting your money. This is not gambling, right? You've worked this hard for this money, right? And you worked, whether a job, whether you started a business, whatever, you put time in, you got money. Okay, now I have this money. Where am I going to put it? Well, I'm not going to put it in a bank and earn 0.5% or 0.001%. I'm going to make nothing. My money's going to lose money because I think global inflation's at like 7 or 8%. So if you don't make 7 or 8% every single year, you're losing money. That's the challenge that we all face now that inflation is running rampant, is if you don't make more than 7% on your money every single year, you lose money. You're losing money to inflation. So in order to combat that, you put your money in an investment, whether that be a stock or a crypto, whatever you want to choose. And then you have to look at yourself and say, okay, what is my time horizon? You know, how long do I want to buy and hold this? That affects your decision. What is my risk tolerance? You have all these different things that coincide with investing. But don't just blindly throw your money out there. You worked hard for it. You might as well put it to good use. But yeah, we can look at VOO for sure. I mean, VOO for me definitely looks like we have a wave 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and then we have this corrective move down. Virtual protocol, we can look at virtual. I mean, we definitely look like we have a wave 1, 2, and then a 3, 4, and then a 5. So we have a 5-wave movement. Then we have this, you know, corrective move down. Let's see how much it corrected. I mean, that was a really shallow correction, if I'm being honest. Let's look at the monthly. I want to see what this on the monthly looks like. This is a wave 1, wave 2. Wave 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 3. Yeah, because this has a wave 1, 2, and then 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 with the wave 3. Wave 4 doesn't invalidate. And then we have another wave 5 up. Correction down. 1, 2, 3, 4. I mean, VOO definitely looks topped because... Oh, wait, you can't even see that. My fault. So on VOO, we have a wave 1, a wave 2, a wave 3, wave 4, wave 5, and then we have this, you know, correction down, and then we have a wave 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. So I would say VOO is very limited in terms of the price action upwards. It definitely looks like we're in its final leg and is right at the 1.618, which is the typical top for a wave 5. So you have a wave 1, 2, 3, 4, and a 5. I would say upside is limited on VOO, but we should expect after this thing tops, you know, do we get a little bit more upside? Possibly. We should expect an ABC move down. And that should come around 500 to 441. Somewhere in this region, 500 to 441. You guys can't see that. I need to move this over. Or I just need to move this over. So we should expect some level of ABC correction down towards the 0.382 fib to the 0.618. After this 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 leg move, we'll get an ABC down somewhere in the 525 to 446 range for VOO. And then if you're looking to buy there, then you know you buy here and then you get a 5-wave move up. So upside is definitely limited with VOO just because we're in the wave 5, but if you were going to purchase VOO, I would wait for the dip. Interested in Elliott on Injective. My next target, Nathan, for Injective is $71 on Injective. That's my next target. So this being the wave 1, we're in the 2, and then my next target for the wave 3 is at the 1.618 at 71. I personally own Injective too, so I'm waiting to around 71 to take profits. I want to say we looked at virtual at some point. Virtual protocol. Crypto. Is this virtual? Yeah, I think I did a chart for virtual. Let me clean it up, and then we'll start from scratch. Go to the daily. I mean, for virtual, it does look like we have I mean, we're definitely in a wave 2, that's for sure. This almost looks like Tau. We have a 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 wave move up. Or no, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 wave move up there. Yeah, the impulse starts here. So we have this wave 1, and then we're currently in the 2. Because it doesn't look like we have any impulses yet. So we're just waiting for the impulse. But using the fibs as a target here, if I can get it to the top, we probably see maybe a little bit lower, but the bottom could potentially be in for virtual. The next target on virtual is around $8. That's the next target for virtual, around $8. Because we have this initial wave 1, and then we're in the 2, and then the 3 should target around $8. I don't personally own any virtual, but using the chart and analysis for it, $8.71 is next. How low can SPY hit before all-time high? I mean, for me, we looked at SPY. I think everything's saved on SPY from the other day when we looked at it on stream. Yeah, we did. Okay, so let me go to the monthly. Yeah, so this is the monthly chart for SPY. So we have this initial wave 1 and ABC2, and then we have this wave 3 consisting of a 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 move up for the wave 3. The wave 4 was COVID, and then now we're in a 1, 2, 3, 4, and then 5 of wave 3, and then we should get a wave 4 and then a wave 5. That's sort of what I'm expecting with... We should basically get... Let me move some of this stuff out the way so you can see it. So we have the wave 1, the wave 2, the wave 3, the wave 4, and then we're expecting a wave 5. And of the wave 5, if we look at the wave 5 specifically, like just this wave 5, so far we've had a wave 1, a wave 2, and then we have this wave 3, 4, and then 5. So we're kind of close in the sense that, wait a second, 1, 2, does this retrace lower? No, it does not. Yes, we have the 1, 2, and then we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, wave 3, wave 4, wave 5. So we're kind of close to topping out here for SPY. And then what we should see is some sort of reaction here from this level. I mean, if you look at the fibs on here, it looks exactly like the VLO where we're kind of topping here at the 1.618 fib. And that is typical of a wave 5. So, you know, you have a 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 5 typically tops out at the 1.618. So I would say there's limited upside on SPY. And then after this, we should get a pullback here to... Let me put that here. Actually, wait a second. Hold on. What am I talking about? Let me move this here. We should get a pullback somewhere between 512 and 400. So if you look at it on like a 3-month time frame, this is kind of what you have with SPY. You have the 1, the 2, the 3, the 4, and then we're currently in the 5th, and then we'll get a pullback here. So that's kind of what it's looking like on SPY. Very limited upside. If you're going to buy SPY or look to buy SPY, I would wait for the correction again towards the 0.382 to the 0.5. So somewhere between basically between 500 and 400 is the next zone for SPY based on this chart structure. Let's see here. How low can... So again, limited upside for SPY, and then it should retrace. Pepe. I don't really invest in meme coins, but we can look at Pepe. Do you pray before each trade? I pray every day, yes. Every single day I pray. Not for trading, but for my salvation. Seems like this guy is not sure what is going to happen. Nice one. Oh, wait, Snack Attack, you're back. Wait, Snack Attack. Let's give you the floor, man. You're back. You had some thoughts from yesterday. So let's hear it. What's next then, Snack Attack? What's next? I want to give you the floor. Let us know your thoughts. Do you use fair value gaps? No, I only use Elliott Wave Theory. Hey, Gabs, thank you for the roses. I appreciate that. Oh yeah, Algo. We'll do Algo. What time is it? 8 o'clock? Yeah, I'll stream for a little bit longer and then I'll probably get off. Yeah, but are the market makers using the same fibs as you, or wait, yeah, but are the market makers using the same fibs as you, or a month ago? I don't know. I just chart based on Elliott Wave Theory, so I'm not entirely sure what the question is there. My strategy is Elliott Wave Theory. It works well for me. Again, it's not about predicting things to 100% certainty. No one in the face of the earth can do that. You cannot predict exactly where price is going to go. You can only make a strategic, educated decision based on the information that you have and what I have at my disposal right now, based on my strategy, which is working very well. For those of you that have been following me for the past couple months, it's basically predicted every single Bitcoin drop since December. And, you know, at the end of the day, this is the strategy I use. It's called Elliott Waves Made Simple by Steve Sinclair. The book is I think it's $10 on Amazon. And it's a total of, I'll tell you how many pages. 109 pages in total. 109 pages. But yeah, this is the strategy I use. Elliott Waves Made Simple by Steve Sinclair. It's $10 on Amazon. I would say it's probably the best book I've ever bought. I use it every single day, and it helps me with my investments. So I don't know if Roll Tide's still in here, but you like my cup? My War Eagle cup? I don't know if Roll Tide's still in the chat, but figured I'd let you know, Auburn Tigers, War Damn Eagle. Can you chart, what is it? What do you think of WPM, the book? So that's the strategy I use. It's called Elliott Wave Theory. That's the strategy. That's the book that I use. Looks like reverse osmosis water. Nah, it's just clean old filtered water from the fridge. Healthcare, what's going on? Thanks for doing SLV. Yeah, 100%. 100%. All right, so I'm gonna do like two more. Oh, let's do a couple more. Oh, Jack in the Box. That's what I read. If you could do Jack, I believe it's on 5 leg down, but not sure if ABC. All right, yeah, let me flip my screen here. We can look at Jack. So is the ticker symbol Jack? But yes, if I'm looking to get into SPY, I would wait for the 0.382 to the 0.5 fib retracement. And again, Snack Attack. Oh, I don't know. Healthcare, were you here yesterday when Snack Attack was giving us his thoughts? I put him on the spot again. He didn't want to. Unfortunately, Snack Attack does not like the spotlight on him. No, I wasn't there. He likes to chime in and throw in some stuff and shit on the channel. So I always like to, that's his username, Snack Attack. He'll come in here and make a comment and then leave. And then I try to put him on the spot and he never answers. Okay, so let's go to Jack. Jack in the Box. That's what you got to do. You got to put the haters out in the spotlight. They don't like that. And then when you do that, they leave. It's the best. It's awesome. Do you use fair value gaps? No, I don't. Okay, so I see what you mean. I realize, but you think he'd be more confrontational with follow-up with that kind of name? Yeah, I agree. Healthcare. There wasn't really a lot of spark to it. Let's go to the monthly. I mean, I am seeing some things. The only problem with Jack in the Box is you can't call this a wave 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. The reason behind it is this wave 4 retrace into the territory of wave 1. So this can't be a wave 1 because wave 4 cannot retrace into the territory of wave 1. So this 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 move is invalid. So you cannot use that as a impulsive wave up. We are in a deep correction standpoint, meaning this looks almost like, you know, an A wave, a B wave, and a C wave. 100%. I see what you mean, but without previous structure to this, I mean, let's dive into it a little bit more because I don't want to write it off yet. I do want to see if we can pull something here. I mean, this could be a 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 ABC. I mean, maybe the wave 1 is back here. And then you get a 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 move up here, wave 4, and then you get this complex 4 here, and then you get a 1. So, I mean, maybe. Actually, that might work. Because this is definitely ABC here. I just want to see where this extended to. Yeah, because there's no impulses here. So this could be a 1, a 2, a 3. Wait. The only problem is this 3. So on this 3, I'm just trying to get everything into the frame here. I mean, we definitely have a 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, wave 1, wave 2. 1, 2. That's funky. Because we definitely have, what was this? A 1, 2, 1, 2, 3, 4. But then, nah, that doesn't fulfill because everything overlaps. Because you can't call this a 1, 2, 1, 2, 3, 4, because then that overlaps this. Yeah, I mean, the more that I dig into this, it just seems invalid to me. Like most of this, you're grasping at straws. Yeah, exactly. So you're trying to make this happen, but it's not. The answer is no. Well, yeah, I know that, but you have to do deep analysis, Jamie. And unless you do deep analysis. Just listen, Jamie. He's trying to answer a person's request, and he's clearly not done yet. I appreciate that. But yeah, I really hate to hog the request, ACHR. Well, that's the whole point. You got to go. You gotta do deep analysis. You can't just write it off. You got to be able to go down on deeper time frames. You got to be able to look at it and say, okay, is this possible? Is this not possible? For me, this doesn't look like a wave 1 with a wave 2 and then a wave 3 because everything overlaps here. So this can't be a 1, 2, 3, 4, and then a 5, and then this be an ABC, and then this be a 3, because this structure is just too overlapping, and then you also have this wave 4, which overlaps this zone. So I would, because of those two things, I would rule that out as an impulsive wave, which would mean this wave doesn't count. However, maybe this is the wave 1, 2, but then this was a 3, and then you don't get a follow-up 5, so that rules that out. And then you could say, well, this is a 1, 2, 3, but then this 4 rules that out. Yeah, I mean, the only thing that I see on Jack in the Box for what's up next is we just got to wait to see what happens off these lows. If we get an ABC off the lows, further correction. But if we get a 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 off of these lows, then that's what's next. But yeah, unfortunately with Jack in the Box, it's kind of, I don't want to say in no man's land because I don't know the fundamentals behind the company. You know, if it has good fundamentals, it might be a decent price to get a position in, but I don't know much about it. And based on the structure, like this whole structure, it doesn't seem, it really just doesn't give me a lot of confidence investing in it. So I hope that helps. Who was it that requested Jack in the Box? JCH. I hope that helps. I wish I could have given you better news for this, but there's just not much. The structure just doesn't, it's not abiding by the rules, so I kind of have to rule it out. Yes, thank you, sir. Yeah, absolutely. And that's another reason when I look at charts too, I want to find clean wave counts. Not to say that Jack in the Box isn't a good company. I mean, there definitely is good stuff behind it. But for example, like with Robinhood, this is why I like Robinhood right now, is because of the structure. You have a really clean 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 wave 1. Then you have a 2. Then you have another 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 wave 3. Then a 4. And then a 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 wave 5 with an ABC. So like for me, Robinhood's structure with this 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and then in the correction right now, just looks really clean, and I just have a lot more confidence in this. Same with like MSTR, it just looks really clean. Circle, I think is too new. For me with Circle, there's not enough, like look at the price action on it. It's just so new. There's really not enough to go off of. Like this is not a wave 1, you know, with a 2 because it invalidates. This could be the start of a wave 1. Which means like if this is the start of a wave 1, then we should expect a pullback 2. And if you're looking to get into Circle, from a fundamental standpoint, I do like Circle. I've heard a lot about Circle, so I think from a fundamental standpoint, it definitely has some backing here. The only thing is on the daily time frame, I'm not really seeing I mean, maybe this is a 1 with a 2, with a 3, 4, and a 5, but this also looks like... It honestly looks like this is a 1 with a 2, 3, 4, 5. So it does look like it's probably going to pull back soon. I just want to see if this validates that. No, because that would be too short. But also the wave 5 is... If this wave 5 was to end here, that would mean the wave 3 is not the shortest the wave 5 is, which would mean this could be a 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and then we should expect an ABC down. If we get an ABC down like that, we should expect somewhere between 9... You can't see that, my fault. If we do get an ABC down, we should expect somewhere between 97 to 83. And if we get these prices in an ABC pullback somewhere in the 0.382 to the 0.618 fib, that would be a good position to take because you've had a wave 1, you're a wave 2, and then the wave 3 would target, say we retrace to the 0.5, the next target on that would be 191. So if you took a position, you know, at say 90 and then rode it to 191, you know, that's a decent trade. But I would wait for a pullback on Circle. I would wait for a pullback. Algo. I think Algo was mentioned the other day too, so I want to take a look at Algo. Yeah, unless there's more price action on another chart. I don't know what this is from. Clean that out. Yeah, I mean, unfortunately with Algo, it's just in corrective territory. This can't be a wave 1 with a wave 2 because price is already retraced lower than the starting point of wave 1. So this is just in corrective territory. We have to wait till a 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 off these lows or an ABC to determine is this further correction or are we truly in the next impulse. So unfortunately, Algo is just in kind of correction zone, no man's land. You gonna buy Hood too, or just the cryptos and MSTR? I think good time healthcare or good question. For me, I'm probably just gonna buy MSTR because I don't want to get over like I do have a pretty big investment portfolio right now, and with the funds that I'm looking to allocate, I'll probably just take a position in MSTR to be honest. And then after MSTR, I might look to buy Hood, but if I'm being honest, I probably might take MSTR. I might take a position in BMNR. I think BMNR looks pretty solid too. We did a chart on BMNR and the risk to reward looks pretty solid. I am expecting a little bit lower on BMNR first. And then after we get that BMNR, I do think that thing's going to rip off just the Ethereum beta. So I'll probably take a small position in BMNR, not more than like 1 or 2% of my portfolio. I'll probably take a bigger position in MSTR because I like that. I have confidence in that a lot more. So maybe like 5 to 10%, and then I'm going to take a position in VeChain, but that's going to be like a 1% position, and then EOS, I'll probably take a 1% position there, and then see kind of what it looks like, and then if I need to rotate from other positions after they have their impulsive moves and other things, then I'll kind of do that. But yeah, I think for right now, probably MSTR, EOS, Bitcoin, and VeChain, and then maybe I'll throw some at like Sui or BMNR, but I just feel like that's owning too much. Like you don't need to own that many positions. Thanks for all your insights on it. Absolutely, Leah. Absolutely. MSTR most promising growth. I do like MSTR a lot. All right, we'll do ACHR and then PLTR, and then I'm gonna probably end the stream there, and then I'm gonna go hang out with my dog. So let's do ACHR, and then we'll do PLTR, and then after that I'll be on tomorrow. So, all right, right off the rip with ACHR, I would say this is a 1, 2, 3, 4, but wave 4 is already crossed in the territory of wave 1. So it could be a 1, 2 with a 1, 2 developing, but those are more rare. So let's look at the weekly. I mean, on the weekly, we definitely have... it's more choppy, but let's go to the daily. Daily... maybe a 1, 2... No, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And then you have this wave 2. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I mean, it could be a wave 1 with a wave 2, and then we're in a 1, 2, 3 type scenario. But that would be just an extended third wave. I don't know too much about the fundamentals of this of the stock, like the company itself, but I mean, technically. Oh wait, why is it not deleting the things that I wanted to delete? Hold on. I mean, technically speaking, we have the impulse of move here with the 2, and then we have another 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 move. But the 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 move is less clear, is the problem. Because 1, 2, 3, 4, I mean, kind of, sort of, but this is a 1, 2, and the 4 overlaps. Yeah, I would say this is my favorite flying car company. Oh, flying car companies? That's not a bad, I mean, not a bad spot to be in, if I'm being honest. But again, I just feel like the risk to reward of where this thing goes is less clear, because I mean, sure, we could have a 1-2 with a 1-2, but I would have loved for this to be a 1, 2, 3, 4, and then we're expecting a 5. That for me would just give me a lot more confidence. But if I were to consider investing my money, like, would I want to put, and this is just me being transparent and probably brutally honest, healthcare, so I don't know if you want to hear this or not want to hear this, but if I was to open up a position, right, and I was already in ACR back here, you know, somewhere in this level or even this level, I'd be fine with that, you know, because you took it from $3 to, you know, $12, maybe you made a 4x, and then you took some profits, great. But from where the price is right now, I would say there's just other more confident positions that I would put my money into just based on the structure of the chart. Now, for example, if we do get something like this, say we get something like this, right? 1, 2, and then we get a 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 wave 3, and then we get the ABC corrective 4, you can invest on the 4, or you just wait for the entire move to complete, and then you wait, because what that would be is you'd have a wave 1, a wave 2, a wave 3, you'd have a wave, you know, 3 up here, a wave 4, and a wave 5. You could wait that out and just wait for this whole 5-wave structure to be complete, and that would be the start of a major wave 1, meaning like a major wave 1 of a major 5-wave move, and then you get an ABC, and then you'll get another 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 move up, you know, like something like that. That would be obviously a long waiting period to do that, but you could take a position in the 4 after this thing completes, or just wait for this to kind of do its course and then wait for the pullback and then buy. That would just be my suggestion. I just feel like there's other positions that I'd want to put my money in right now that are higher confident. Like, I would put my money in MSTR right now. For me, this is what I would do. I would put my money in MSTR, wait out, you know, whatever, 1-3 years, however long it takes to make the move from $90 to $950. And by then, maybe this thing has completed a 5-wave move up for the wave 3, and then it's in its ABC. And say MSTR completes its 5 move at the top of this wave 3. You take your profit from MSTR, wait for this pullback, and then buy here, and then, you know, ride that up for the wave 5, take profit, and then wait for the pullback, and then buy again down here. That, I mean, that's just that's how I would approach it, just because it's more clear. Roger that, boss man. Go see the dog. We're gonna do PLTR next. Last one, PLTR, and then I'm gonna go play with my dog, because she is an attention hog. All right. So I think did we look at PLTR on stream yesterday, or was this from a chart I was doing earlier today? I think this might be from a chart that I was doing from earlier today. So let me clear out some of this stuff. I think it was. Yes, I want to say it was from the chart I was doing earlier today, because I was looking at PLTR because people were requesting PLTR, so I wanted to give them like an example of what this looks like. And I forget how I had the wave structure. I knew that this was a wave 4 and a wave 5, and then this was the 1, 2, I think this was the wave 3. Yeah. So this was the start of wave 1 was right here, because there was a 5-wave movement on it back here. The 1, 2, 3. Yeah, okay. So this was the wave 1, the wave 2, the wave 3 up here, wave 4, wave 5. Okay, so PLTR to me has completed a 5-wave move and it's in its pullback. Now, out of where it's pulling back to, the top's here because this is an ABC move up, I think. Let's dive into that on the daily. I want to see. I mean, 1, 2. I mean, this kind of looks more like an ABC with this, and then yeah, that looks more like that. So this is the top here, and then we have this A wave, B wave, and this ABC wave. I mean, it does potentially look. The thing with PLTR right now is, yes, we pull back to the 0.382. Typically, a pullback for a wave 2 typically pulls back to the 0.5. But, I mean, we do have an A wave, a B wave, and a C wave there. Yeah, I mean, PLTR is a complex one. I honestly would probably wait for more price action if I didn't, because it just looks... Let's see. Oh, let me move this out of the way. Yeah, I mean, PLTR's choppy structure up here doesn't necessarily look the most appealing, because you have 1, 2, 3. Is that yeah, that retraces low. So you almost have like this A wave, and then you have this ABCB wave. Then you have this ABCC wave, and then you have this ABCB wave, and then you almost have a 1, 2, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 kind of structure. 1, 2. No, because that can't be it, because this crosses above here. So you almost have an A, B, and then an A, B, C with a B, and then another A, B, C. And this goes below, so that doesn't make any sense. Yeah, this is just a complex 2 right here. It really just looks like a complex 2. It's very messy. With all that being said, it's very messy. So I just... Again, when I'm looking at charts, you don't have, like, you might think to yourself, like, for example, with PLTR, right? It just looks it's just a complex 2. It's not as simple. I mean, on the monthly time frame, it's a little bit more clear. I mean, yeah, did we pull back to the 0.382? Or wait, sorry, I flipped the screen. Like, we definitely have a 5-wave move. That's confirmed, you know? But we have a shallow correction, which doesn't necessarily give me the greatest confidence. I mean, we did correct to the 0.382, which technically a wave 2 can bottom there, but typically the wave 2 retraces to 0.5 to 0.618. This could be the start of a wave A with a wave B and then a wave C. It could look something like this. Unfortunately, only time will tell, you know, when this happens. But I do think on the monthly time frame, it's a little bit more clear, whereas like the daily and weekly were just a lot more choppy. This does look like almost an ABC, and then we should get an ABC up and then an ABC down. So I personally would wait on PLTR. The reason being is just the fib retracement for wave 2 typically goes to 0.5. So if price reverses on me, you know, say price does this and, you know, we're waiting for the 100 and price just, you know, does this, don't feel bad. Like, okay, yeah, I missed out on PLTR. Okay, fine, whatever. There's so many other investments that are more clean that you can put your money into. Like, you don't have to fear missing out on positions. I can't stress that enough. Like, there's so many times where I get questions about, oh, well, I missed the move, or it doesn't. There's always other opportunities. You don't have to invest in everything. You don't have to buy the entire S&P 500. Like, you don't have to buy PLTR, AMD, Netflix, Nvidia, Oracle. Like, you don't have to buy all these things. If you want to do that, just buy the S&P. Like, I mean, that's how you do it. If you want to own all the companies, buy the S&P. If you're looking to invest the way that I do, like, my strategy is to find really clean charts with clear waves on them that look to have bottomed. And for me, PLTR, I do think probably has a little bit more downside just looking at the monthly structure. What's up, Raj? How's it going? Like, just looking at the monthly structure on it, right? We had a really shallow correction, which is not uncommon for wave 2, but it is more rare. And on the monthly, we probably have something like this developing. So I would just wait. And if it doesn't happen, then whatever. There's more opportunities. Go buy some hood. Go buy some hood. Go buy some MSTR. Those things they're more clear. They're completing an ABC. The risk to reward's great. Can you look at the house I sent you? Seeing it tomorrow. It's 8:30, by the way. Wait, who's seeing it? We're seeing the house tomorrow? What? My wife's telling me we're seeing a house tomorrow, so I gotta go look at that. Thank you, absolutely. Hey, Nick, on Bitcoin, it looks like Bitcoin is making wave 3 and looks like wave 2 is complete. Still too early to tell, but it does look that way, yes. All right. I might have to get off now. I think my wife, Summer, is in the chat. She's telling me I have to get off. So with that being said, I know for all of you that have just joined, you're probably like, wait, I just joined. I'll be live at the same time tomorrow, so don't fret. We'll jump into the stuff tomorrow. I'll do an update tomorrow for Bitcoin, and I'll keep you posted. Looking at it right now, I'll look at it real quick just to see. I mean, we're still at 70. There's really no movement on it yet. We're still waiting to see a drop. And once we see that drop, then we'll evaluate. But yeah, it's still too early to tell, Ash. We could be starting the 3. You know, if we top here and we start the leg down, then yeah, we're entering the 3, in my opinion. But if we continue to chop in this region, it could just be a B wave, or it could be an A wave, and then we have a B wave, then a C wave. So just waiting. Ash said you look great together. I appreciate that. Okay, with that being said, I will see y'all tomorrow. I'm going to go hang with the wife and hang with the dog. And I will make sure that I post my Bitcoin update in the morning as price action develops. Again, FOMC is next week, which is probably going to bring a lot of volatility next week, which could kind of fuel the fire for wave 3. So we may just chop around this week, probably make an ABC movement, and then we'll have the 3 next week. We'll see. Only price action is going to tell. But until then, don't let your emotions get the best of you. That's all I got to say. So I will see y'all tomorrow.